Bonu was indeed an open book. This is a recollection of him as a father. Family background. Reverend Anthony Bebai Bonu was born into the family of Mr. and Mrs. Mbate Orage Bonu on the 21st of January 19. Growing up as a child was tough. He enjoyed the love and affection of his mother. His young age, however, was not devoid of incidences that shaped his life. The tumultuous relationship between his parents at the time. However, with the support of his mother, he grew up to be beautiful, enthusiastic, and very patient with a calm disposition. These attributes endeared him to his parents, family, and the community at large. Although his parents were not people of means, he was always with his mother on the farm, helping in any way possible to enhance the family sustenance. This was perhaps the reason his maternal grandmother, Ne Nzubariji, loved him so much and fostered and nurtured him to adulthood. The story of Reverend Priest Anthony Bebai Bonu will not be complete without the enormous contribution, love, affection, and discipline of his grandmother. Reverend Priest, this he exposed throughout his earthly sojourn. He was always helpful, supportive of his family, and extremely humble, although this presented several occasions for abuse. Reverend Priest Anthony Bebai Bonu was a great lover of education. Everyone who has been acquainted with him can vouch for this attribute. We are living witness to his unbridled love for education, schooling, and academic excellence. In his life, his parents were not of means. This ultimately truncated and impaired his desire for higher education as a young adult. Despite this limitation, with the help of his grandmother in Gokana local government area, thereafter, upon passing his school leaving examination, he proceeded to the Baptist High School, Port Harcourt, with the benevolence of his maternal uncle, Reverend Friday Pami. At the completion of this secondary school education at the time, he desired to further his education as any young adult of his age would. However, the of funds, the economic circumstances of his parents, and the non-existence of an alternative funding opportunity stood in the way of his dream at the time. But this was not going to deter him. At a later time in his life, after the posterior vicissitudes of his working career, he was determined to bring to life his burning desire for academics and education within the confines of his episcopal calling at the time he enrolled in Gilbert. It's worthy of note that this commitment to study and a careful, orderly, and meticulous approach to learning and study. He would study as if his life depended on it. Level of the program. Not minding the he was concerned whether the enormous demand of the study, which he was combining with his episcopal duties, would have a further adverse effect on his health. But he was a person not to be deterred when his heart was set on masters, graduated with good honors, and was geared up upon to undergo the program at the PhD level. This only could not be accomplished because of his deteriorating health and ultimate demise. Working life. Reverend Priest Anthony Bebai Bonu, in his working career, works for the Nigeria People's Party, ITT Nigeria Limited, and the National Electoral Commission, popularly known as INEC in Rivers State, where he retired as the confidential secretary. In spite of his career choices, Reverend Priest Anthony Bonu will always want to be remembered for his service to God in Christ Army Church of Nigeria. He considered it a highlight of his impact on the kingdom of God. Family life. Reverend Priest Anthony Bonu married his half-brother Miss Love Begebo Boro, a daughter of a renowned clergy in Kebareba Goro and Deaconess Selina K. Goro. It was a Herculean task to marry the daughter of a clergy. Their marriage thrived with the help and support of the deceased parents-in-law. Their marriage is blessed with children, grand and great-grandchildren today. The union was never without its ups and downs, but with perseverance and support, the marriage endured the test of time up to his demise. Reverend Priest Anthony Bono was a firm believer in education. It was his belief that education was the root of all earthly accomplishment and we need higher educational career. On this fateful day, I had to go to I had gone to his office with the primary purpose of engaging him on a distribution of land. He came over and ushered me to an adjacent office and sought to know the reason for my unexpected visit. When I mentioned my concern to him, he smiled, throwing me into utter confusion as to why he would take with so much equanimity saying a word. I was desperate for an explanation and wondered whether he had his portion that I was not aware of. I am interested he would like to show me his title papers in his office. With relief, I walked with him excitedly to his office where I expected him to open the cabinet to get out the land papers, but rather he reached into his breast pocket, hanging on the wall in his office, and got out a red and blue pen and gave me as his land document. I stood dazed, transferred. But one thing that was clear to all his children and relatives was that education was key to any accomplishment. He abused and mocked just to ensure his children went to school, and yet he was indeed mocked, abused, and sometimes in public when he had to go just to ensure we had the education we need. His February Anthony was at his prime, a jolly good fellow. We hear stories about how he was often well dressed and was always respectful and admired by others. Fond memories of outings with his friends are shipwrecked and some of his very known friends have remained faithful to their friendship to date, in spite of the challenges that he faced. People. Our father kept a very close or at his place of employment. This may be a result of his persistent nature or shared choice due to the experience. But from a disinterested observer, standing the above, Reverend Priest Anthony Bourne was indeed a reserved individual, very methodical and would rather speak less, even he had a lot he could talk about. This trait, which is born out of his exceptional show of maturity, restraint, and calmness, is often misunderstood and misjudged as a weakness. Self-restraint, calculated in his thoughts, wise in his actions, and tolerant in his ways. This is Anthony February when he joined the pastoral ministry of the Five Missions of Nigeria. It was obvious to us and abundantly clear that he had the call of God upon his life. From his personal testimony, he had received messages from several sources, but he constantly rebuffed the call. He had his eyes gazed on some extraneous things and preferred the comfort he enjoyed in himself the God of mercy to preserve him till the day of his obedience. Like the biblical Jonah, he answered the call and in his words he got the peace that eluded him since his disobedience. Telling Nigeria, especially Archbishop A. Burakin, who assisted in no small measure at the time, providing the platform for his service to God, his service in church, beginning as a lay preacher. The Reverend Priest includes but is not limited to the following in no particular order. The first General Secretary of the Diocesan Youth Rivers Imo Joseph from 1970 to 1972. The Assistant Sunday School Superintendent Anthony Ogboni Joseph. Third Joseph 1969. Administrative Secretary of the Diocese. Co-founder of the Ogboni Joint Youth Society. Leader of the Welfare Discipline in 1984. Pastoral Post. Reverend Priest Anthony February served as the resident pastor in the following stations: Christ Army Church of Nigeria, Sinekai; Christ Army Church, Iyakara; Christ Army Church, Yege; Christ Army Church, Zaken; Christ Army Church, Bethlehem; St. John's Christ Army Church of Nigeria, Mogo. His final place of duty before his demise was the administrative office of the diocese as the administrative secretary. His love and sense of duty to the Christ Army Church of Nigeria was enviable. He loved his work. in the church and would prefer he would insist on going to the office for his duty. He stopped only when he could no longer carry himself. Fair Bonu, today we deeply mourn your passing, yet celebrate you. We will remember you as a father, grandfather, and great grandfather who lived sacrificially, served humbly, loved unconditionally, exuberant and exceptionally patient. Our father, a lover of God and to the church, a family disciplinarian, and ever forgiving dad. You were always just a phone call away, always listening no matter how tricky the topic is. We celebrate you for your legacy. We would miss your smile, those words of faith, and looks of assurance in times of distress, and when we will mess things up. As we depart this world of tribulation, vicissitude, and trepidation, we are pleased that your rest is in the bosom of the Almighty God until we meet to pass no more.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
He is survived by
God
no
bless you.
peace and love from
God bless you.
wife,
Thank you, man.
children,
It's ended, man.
grandchildren,
Ended,
and
man.
great-grandchildren. Barrister Godwin Anthony for the
Thank you very
family.
much. God bless you.
Thank you.
Mama, you know what to shout.